Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want to Fight the Game Show. MikeC.
And I'm Fred White.
Hey, Fred. What we talking about? We talking about a new. I don't even know how to sound now. Part two.
Okay, so we were gonna do this live, but since OBS keeps crashing on me, we doing this pre-recorded episode, and the reason why we chose to do that is because we wanted to not try to reduplicate our actions, because me and Mike have not discussed our feelings on the Nintendo Switch. So this is going to give you all our live reactions on it and our truthful reactions on it. And some of you may be disappointed in what we have to say. And Nintendo, if you would like to send us a copy of this Switch 2, please do so, but you probably won't. Mike, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first, Fred.
Okay.
Well, we'll start with the bad, and then we'll hit with the good.
Oh, is there any other way to say something about this Nintendo Switch? Okay.
Hey, it's a second one. That's it. But go ahead.
Okay. Am I going to get the Nintendo Switch? I'm talking about myself. Probably, but later on down the line. This is why. This is truly why. Now, I know some of our family members that watch this, like Ty Best and Glovebox Gaming, and even Stan, BS and Stan, aka Always Got My Kids, because I can't never hang out. Those three probably get it. Myself, I will probably get it, but it won't be until way later on down the line. And this is some obstacles that will prevent me from getting it. First of all, these tariffs that the Grand Wizard have imposed. Now, the system is claiming to be around about $500, but with these tariffs and people that didn't believe when they were trying to tell you that we don't pay the tariffs.
We do pay them.
We pay the tariffs. We pay the tariffs. Not overseas. We pay those tariffs to get these goods over here. So a Switch that will be costing $400 in China and Japan and all these other things, where places where they don't have to import these consoles with these ridiculous tariffs, they're going to be paying that price. We unfortunately are going to be paying the rip-off GameStop prices, okay? On top of the rip-off GameStop prices. So I'm guessing that this console will be up into $1,000 by the time that it says, and this is just probably on the low end, and this is probably the bundle that GameStop is going to present. That's the first reason that I'm not really serious about getting it. Second reason, this has just do your history on the Nintendo products in their second variation of their consoles. Look at the Nintendo DX. Look at the Nintendo DX XL. Look at the Nintendo Wii. Look at the Nintendo Wii U. Now we have the Switch, and now we have the Switch 2. Okay. It is not enough for me, my preference, to have Mario Kart being the driving force for me to get this game. These type of games, these shell-shaded type games, always look good. They look good on the Wii U. They look good on the Wii. They even look good on Nintendo. Take, for instance, like the Street Fighter games. They all look good on every console. You can't separate what console that you're playing a Street Fighter game on, especially from the PlayStation 2 up to the PlayStation 5 generation, because all those games look good. And that's to say Mario, okay? Providing that they're claiming that this thing is going to be 120 frames per second, Mario is just not the game for me that's going to drive me out there to go get this thing. And the other thing, I wish I would have marked down some pointers because I had a lot of them. Hopefully when Mike gets his turn, he'll iterate on some of the stuff that I may have forgotten. And that's just the case. The other case, this to me, it didn't look any different from what it previously looked like. It's the same thickness size as they say, and just the bigger screen. The bigger screen doesn't attract me because people play mobile games on their cell phones, and nobody has a big screen cell phone like that, and they enjoy playing games on it. They enjoy movies watching on it. Mind you that a lot of you people that play these mobile games, y'all be wearing spectacles like myself in the near coming future because you're straining your eyes so much to to keep focus on that iPhone screen or that Android screen. It's just not enough. The two USB-C ports is just not enough. I know they're going to create a hub where you're going to be able to access more devices on it, but that's still not the case. The other thing is that as far as storage, okay, unless they have something where you can attach a flash drive to it and store your games on it, that's really not something, a wow factor for me, because when you're buying these proprietary cards that Nintendo makes you buy, or these other type of cards, they don't have that much room. You can't get like a 10 terabyte SD card. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if one is in existence of a 10 terabyte. The most I know is like maybe a 2, but you can get a 10 terabyte external SDD hard drive, or any type of fast RAID type hard drive for that. And the other thing, I know I'm missing a lot of points that I wanted to make, but the other thing is that this is forcing us to digital. This is an all digital gaming system, because the games that we're paying for, or that you're going to pay for these ridiculous prices, $80 for a game. The games that you're paying for are not really on the cartridge itself. It just has a chip in it that says that you have the right to play that. In other words, when you buy that physical copy of that game, you're going to have to be hooked up to some type of internet provider connection to download the game. Okay, what about the people that don't have really good internet connection? What about the people that have direct TV or live up in the mountains, that satellite TV, that have those type of internet connections? It's going to take a long time for you to download that one game that's on your system, because the game, that cartridge does not have the full game on it at all. Okay, if you don't believe me that these games are coming like this, look at Mortal Kombat 1. When you download that game, when you put that game in, is just a base game, 1 or 2 characters, and you have to download the rest. And that's what Nintendo is trying to force this to do. Now, the Nintendo has always been ahead of every game system that came out. The innovation with the Wii controllers. I mean, when you had people in senior citizen homes playing these games and stuff like that, it was amazing. This was an amazing hit. But to me, that this system is more gimmicky than anything else. Being able to use the Joy-Cons as mice, right? I mean, and the game that they showed off was a person in a wheelchair. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything about people in wheelchairs. I think it's great that they're being represented in video games. But what other game that you're going to have that has the ability to use those 2 mouse controllers? Okay, and this is my last point. Speaking on the mouse controllers, there are 2 different type of gamers. There are PC gamers and there are console gamers. PC gamers are used to using the mouse and the keyboard. The acronym was it WASX or WASZ or whatever it is. They are comfortable with using the mouse and the keyboard to make their movement. And some people will tell you that it's better accuracy when you're doing that. Okay, that's for PC gamers. Console gamers are more comfortable with using a directional pad and the thumb controllers. That is better for us. Now, if you are a PC gamer and you're a console gamer, hey, That's great. That's like a person that knows how to drive a manual versus an automatic. But not people know how to drive automatics these days. Not a lot of people don't know how to drive automatics, and that's where it comes in with console gamers. Console gamers like the simplicity of picking up a controller and using the analog sticks and the directional pads. With this, it's just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick. And the other thing, and this is my last thing, with the camera that's coming on, I'm tired of just buying cameras for every system that I get. When I brought the camera for the PlayStation 5, it had no use. It had no use other than audio and then having people to have the ability to see you while you stream. It didn't have any other use. The camera I do like is the camera that has the flower in it that opens up when you plan on using it. Again, that's gimmicky. And then what is the online service going to be like if you're using the camera and the Switch 2 has the microphone built on the Switch itself? What the online service, the gameplay is trash. You got to use your phone. It's not integrated inside of the Nintendo Switch currently. How is it going to be on the Nintendo Switch 2? And there, for me, those are all the obstacles that I will just stop me from getting it day one. And myself, I am the person that's out there in the snow, in the heat, in the cold, camping for 3 days just to get the system. But for this system, it is going to be an impulse buy. Just like when I said I was going to get a PlayStation 5 Pro, if I have some extra cash laying around, I wind up walking into a store where they are heavily available now. I might say, yeah, I may just pick one up, and I got 30 days to return it anyway if I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But on this one, I'm going to pass until maybe Christmas or something. But for me, day one, I won't be a day one adopter for this system. Sorry it took that long. That's why we didn't want to do it live, man, because I couldn't recreate what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, Mike, but you got the floor. Your
opinion,
analysis, your opinion on the Nintendo Switch. What say you?
Well, I say it's too darn freaking much. You know what I'm saying? $4.99. Well, this was before how you said the Grand Wizard put his hands up on it. So especially they're going to do package type of deals on top of stuff, especially with GameStop. They're going to have to probably get you to buy a warranty or something like that in order to get this thing. With everything else, but as far as that price tag, man, that's a big hit. As far as a price tag, man, $500 for a system. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about. Let me just go over some of the specs. So you're talking about a 1080p, as far as on handheld, up to 4K on your TV. When you hook it up to the TV, the online Nintendo Online hasn't been really hitting on nothing. I've seen some of it, man. It was nothing that I really wanted to buy because they have a good catalog of backwards games to play. That's that. But as far as the online service, really didn't appeal to me. As far as getting Nintendo Online, but a good caveat for this to get people up to the building. They're saying they're going to have free online until March 2026, and then they're going to start charging for online just to get the early adopters on in there. Day one purchase, I really don't know, man. That price tag is a big hiccup for me. I do like Nintendo games, you know what I'm saying? Mario Kart, this is number 19 or something of all the Mario Karts. So how many times are you gonna keep on driving around the track? You know what I'm saying? Granted, it looks good. It looks good. It looks like a good Mario game, a little more crisp. It seems like they try to do this a little more crisp stuff every time they come out with a new console. Put a little more shine in it. On this one right here, you got 24 characters, so more sprites and everything up on the screen. And they say about 60 frames per second on the 1080. You know what I'm saying? As far as on your handheld. I'm sorry, for 4K. Let me go back for 4K, 60 frames per second. But that how you say that camera, bro? When they was showing that camera, that just looked horrible, man. When they was up there doing the to watch them play and stuff like that, me personally, I haven't got a camera since I think the Connect, when the Connect came with the camera, bro. I have not been buying no extra cameras or anything like that. That right there, that's one of the things I think they throw in there to load up the cart so they get more people buying the stuff. That's the same thing like, you know, when PlayStation came out with that PlayStation controller. What you need a PlayStation controller for? It seems like I'm giving you a whole lot of negatives, but guess what? I got one more. The digital game costs $80. The physical game costs $90. What kind of sense does that make? Nintendo jumping the gun far as they jumped all the way up there. Because Nintendo games, they do go on sale, but they hardly go on sale. 59. There's 30 more bucks, brother. 30 more bucks. You know what I'm saying? Far as to get it, a physical game. And you know how people nowadays, we talk about this on our show all the time, Fred, about actually having a piece of what you own. You know what I'm saying? As far as a physical disc, as far as this. You pay $80 for a digital, dude. A digital. You know what I'm saying? And it's cheaper to make.
Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense at all. I mean, like, you say the audacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Far as for this stuff, it's no money for them to. It's no freaking physical thing they got to pay for. This is just all strictly profit. They just send the ones and zeros to you, and they say that's worth $80. Granted, you both like entertainment. We pay for good entertainment, but that everybody was hitting on drop the price, drop the price, drop the price. They need to do something better. They need to either. I think what they're going to do, they're going to still lock in that price far as for that. They're going to have to eat that on their end. You know what I'm saying? Because if it goes up with the tariffs and stuff like that, man, it's going to be a hard sell, man. Because a lot of people don't have the cash flow far as this and how uncertain times are right now, brother. Dude, at first I was like, okay, I might could swing that, but I'm like, nah, man, that doesn't really make sense, man. So you got also too, right? They got Nintendo Switch 2 versions of the game that you got to pay. I think $30 more to get. You know what I'm saying? As far as the same game, but they say enhanced graphics and something like that. $30. PlayStation only charged you 10.
Yeah.
Nintendo said, "I want all your money. Give me everything you got.
All that.
Oh man,
Give me all that tax money."
It's that's a hard ass, man. Granted, I want to play some of the games. I do. I'm an avid. I like Nintendo. I like Mario. And I like games like that. But that's a hard pill to swallow. That's like one of them things. You know, if I got extra money around, ain't no extra money around nowadays. But if I got extra money around, hey, let me get this Switch. Let me go ahead and drop a half a grand, or when it comes out, $1,000 to get this console. Is it really worth it? I don't know. Usually, and all the time, usually with the first new thing, it's always issues with it. It's going to be some type of issue. It is. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? But what they're offering, $500, I don't know, Fred. I'm still right now. It's a no for me, bro. And you know I love Nintendo, man.
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
and all this. You know I'm avid about it. I want to do more Nintendo games, but they strike us all the time. You know what I'm saying? We can't really do what we want to do as far as with Nintendo. I would love to stream some of that stuff so people could see us playing these games, but Nintendo's rough with this free advertisement that they will get for people to play the games. But hey, Nintendo, y'all can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to play the game. We'll give it an honest review. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, Fred. Right now, in my mind, I'm going to have to hold off with you, man, because I really can't see shelling out that money for it. And I was excited for the Nintendo thing. I think I called you and told you about it. Yeah, they got a direct coming up. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? And the little mouse thing. They did show you playing I think Metroid. You know,
Yeah.
and I like Metroid as well too. How you aiming the console, aiming the visor and the cursor and stuff all over there, as far as you aiming and stuff like that. New rumble features, okay. Yeah, new rumble features magnetic thing, so it shouldn't be stick drift, but eventually it's gonna be stick drift.
Oh yeah.
The prices for these things, I think it's like $90 for the actual the little switch remotes as well too. $90 for that. This stuff is getting high. You know what I'm saying? This leisure pastime. And you remember for those that have been gaming for a while, you remember a system that came out called Neo Geo?
Oh yeah.
Those games,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
games were
This is the Neo Geo.
those games were $100 a piece. $100 back then, and I think that was 64-bit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It looked great back then because there was nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? But that was a hard sell, and they didn't sell too many because it was a lot. It was a lot of money, and Nintendo said, "Don't worry, I'll rise to the occasion. Let me let me burst that bubble."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But what happens now, as far as people buying these consoles and stuff like that, depending on how well it sells, the other console manufacturers gonna be doing the same thing. They don't want they got paid. I want to get paid too. You know what I'm saying? And we offer better graphics. We should have been getting more money. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So be careful, man. If y'all wanna if y'all don't want prices to go up, y'all better hold off. Hold off, because the floodgates are coming.
And the
And they open it up, and they're gonna be up in your wallet. They say, "Give me everything."
And Nintendo has done this before where I don't remember what system it was, but they came out with a system and that system did not succeed as they wanted it to. And then two
The Wii
years
U,
later, oh, it was the Wii
Wii U.
U?
That was the Wii U. Yep. The
Yeah.
Wii U was about 2 years. That was the fastest cycle turnaround ever. You know what I'm
And what,
saying?
what came out? The Switch came out to replace that, right?
Switch came out. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that they're falling back into their habits, and this may repeat itself. It's just too costly of a system in times of this nature. You know what I'm saying? They could eat the cost
Mhm.
um, to sell it at a loss and make the money on the subscriptions or on the back end and stuff like that. And digital currency, I mean, digital games, we're going to dedicate an episode to that. So watch out this week for that. But I'll speak more on that on that topic on that episode. But as far as digital games, I just don't think that it's going to work. And then it's just there's no banger. There's no banger on
Not,
the
not
Switch
right now.
2.
No. Not right
They
now.
didn't
No.
show anything. I need something like a Last of Us 2 remake type graphics. If this is supposed to be a graphic heavy handheld game, and then Mike was speaking on the handheld, and I forgot about that. The handheld is still 1080p. It's still 1080p, and then the when you put it in the dock is scaling up to 4K. It's saying up to 4K. So
Up to 4K.
that doesn't mean that every game that we're going to get is going to be natively 4K at 120 frames per second. Then that may be by games that's made specifically by Nintendo, but what about the other games that's going to come out? And then if you're playing the handheld version, well, guess what, y'all? Add another $50 to $60 on the power bank to charge it, because the charge of it only lasts for 2 hours. So you're going to need an extra charge on that. Now, me myself, I don't take my Switch out the house, and I barely even play the thing. I have a Switch Lite as well, and I have majority of the Nintendo handhelds, the DSs and all that other stuff, and I don't hardly play them because it's just not any bangers on there. It's no bangers on the Switch game other than something that was created by Nintendo, like the Smash Brothers or the Metroids and the people that like the type stuff. But it's no heavy hitters. You know, it's no Last of Us. It's no Anthems. It's no. That was the game I was trying to think of when we was talking last time. Anthem, Mike. Um.
I know. We
Uh.
did get to that conclusion. Like the trailer was good, but the game
Yeah.
was
Was
yeah.
trash. Um. But there's nothing on the Nintendo Switch 2 that's going to make a person that really loves to collect the next best thing, if he really don't have it, going to go out there and get it. Some people get these consoles, and for me, I'll risk eating bologna and cheese for a month just to get a console. I'll sacrifice that lunch. I'll eat bologna and cheese 7 days a week at work just so I can afford the next console. And then next month I'll make it back up. I'll go back to eating whatever. You know what I'm saying? But on this one, it's just nothing that grabs me and say, go out there and get it. This is not something that's going to wait in line. And I guarantee you, the scalpers are going to get it, and y'all are going to be dumb enough to pay $2,000-$3,000. I guarantee you. Watch what I say. I guarantee you that a Switch 2 will sell for $2,000 or maybe more on eBay. I guarantee you that. Some fool is going to be desperate enough to pay $2,000 for a Nintendo Switch 2 on eBay when they can just wait it out. Let the scalpers have their fun. Let them buy up all of those Nintendo Switches and let them sit. Let them sit and stew for months to come past. And then they're going to try to bring it back on December because kids are going to want it. Hey, if your kid want a Nintendo Switch that bad, you tell them to go out there, go to the place where Nebraska and go pick some of them crops. You know what I'm saying? or go to Florida. Go to Florida where the governor is trying to have a bill passed where people in elementary school can work overnight. Go down there and earn some money and buy yourself a Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo Switch 2. But as far as a parent concerned, especially if you're in the government, you're not sure if you're going to get a letter by Elon Musk asking, what did you do today to deserve your job? You know what I'm saying?
Elon Musk.
It's just uncertain times, man. And with the price hike of this thing, it is ridiculous. And for me, a game is not there. Everybody, kudos. Don't hate me because I don't like Smash Brothers, and I mean I love Mario. I grew up on Mario. I grew up blowing the air into the cockroach to make it work. I don't even know if that did anything to help make that thing work.
But it felt like it though. Hey, but it would come on, you like,
I wonder who invented that. I grew up with putting, when the game wouldn't come on, I grew up putting the second cockroach in there just to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the tricks. I grew up having that thing turned on for 24 hours while I went to school because the game I was playing didn't have a memory save. You know, I grew up with Nintendo, but this one, nah, man. I will honestly, I will get it. But it's going to be later on down the line, man, when I just so happen to go in that aisle and say, damn, they got one. Do I got an extra $400 to spend? Yeah, let me go ahead and get it, man. By that time, maybe the price of it will come down. But nah, man, not right now. I won't be out there standing in them lines to get that drink. And I won't be doing the Nintendo Direct to get it either. Because no. And I will not be buying it online because if you having to ship through FedEx or is coming from another delivery company, you probably won't get it. Probably won't get it anyway. So no, I'm cool till December. Let's see what it look like in December or January. Let's see what it looks like in January. Let's just see what it looks like later on down the line. But for this year, I doubt you'll probably see me get it.
That's all I got to add, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got to add for that. I think we beat that into a dead horse. So the Nintendo Switch, probably not on day one, brother.
No.
Yeah, they got to show a whole lot more and a whole lot less, as far as price tag wise. So yeah. All right, so like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's Game Show for tonight. Don't forget to head to our Facebook store page. Don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop videos like these. Tell people about what we do here at the Game Show and keep on watching.
And we are now on TikTok, so go over there and give us a like and give us a follow. And please remember to subscribe to all our social media networks. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
What the facts?
The Gamer Show.
Next time, keep watching as always. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, y'all.